Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are in the world today, I hope that you are doing great. Hope that all is pleasant for you. And most importantly, my friends, I hope that you are in good health. Once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. On this channel, my friends, we get to talk about those things that people know, that people have thought about, but don't often have the time to discuss. These, my friends, are the things we discuss here on the Common Sense channel. So, once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. There's a song that goes like this: Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. You know, I'm a fan of music, and I often say this: musicians are wise people, especially the musician of the 70s. Maybe we can go back to the 60s, but let's say from that end all the way down, because these people are wise men and women. They were tapping into informations that we, the ordinary people, they have. And like I often say, the biggest slave masters of humanity are religion and politics. So the moment anyone gets up on any given day and free their mind, hmm, that's the day heaven is rejoicing. Heaven, it's not a place nowhere. Heaven is a place on earth. That's what one wise musician said. Heaven is a place on earth. So the day and moment one person free their mind, heavens rejoice. Who is heaven and where is heaven? Heaven is in each of you, my friend. I didn't say it. Nietzsche, aka Jesus the Christ, said it. So yeah, the day one person freed their mind, for me, it's a happy thing. It's a day to rejoice. It's a day to be glad. Um, I don't know what this election year is going to be, but based on what I've been saying here for almost 2 years now, I can definitively say that this year is going to be an interesting year in the political life of many people. And we are starting to see it now. Yesterday, I was frequenting, because sometimes I don't look at every social media. I have specific social media that I listen to, that I look at, because those whose minds are free, they gravitate to certain things. Because once your mind becomes free, then you start to see the world different. I keep telling you this. And once you start to see the world different, things start to make sense to you. So yesterday I saw on a podcast that Mr. Tucker Carson, and this is a big news, and I think there are others too, said that he was going to be moving away from that party, called them Republican Party, the party of family values. And I was so excited. But I don't think he's completely free. He's only free politically, but religiously, he's still there. And so he may say that out of frustration and all that stuff, but I know he's still Republican. Until he do what the religious aspect of that party, then he's still not free. So the only thing I'm gonna say to Mr. Tucker is free your mind and the rest will follow. You know? So it's a positive step. And the only thing again I'm gonna say, I think I've said it, I've done a video on this. I'm looking forward. I think you will see it this year in this election time. That there will be a great change where those independents on the so-called family value party would merge or would attempt to merge. And I don't think they should even do it physical. They should not do it physical. I think it should just be secret. Just like the two political party system in this country. Do you see them like they're rival? They're fighting each other for change. You're fighting for the ordinary people. You see them hitting each other with words, stupid words. Oh, sorry, YouTube. You hear them saying words like, "Oh, like they're just playing you," and it's so. Sometimes, if your mind is not free, you be into this stuff. Like they're fighting, fight for you, fight, and it almost feel like they are fighting their brothers and sisters. So like they create this tension, and the tension they're creating is just a facade. You understand? It's it's not a real tension, but it makes you feel like it is. But I am excited that Mr. Carson, is freeing his mind, because those people were in his mind. That political party, they got him in his head. And it's always been my prayer from the time I started shooting my videos that the American people can wake up. And a lot of people don't know this. The majority of voters in this country are not even Republican or Democrats. The majority of voters, and if they don't tell you this stuff, are independent people. America is not the country of itself. It's not a Democrat or Republican, says Mr. Obama when he ran. It's not. But because they create this illusion, so you just think that's including me too, because I was bought into this stuff. But it's not. The majority of voters in this country are independent. The only reason why the independence of this country have not been able to take this country back is because they have been demonized. Like they've said so many stuff about them that they just pull out. If you notice, it's very difficult to run in this country as an independent because the facade is so fixated on these two ideologies that even a person who understands that majority of the voters in this country are independent, they don't anticipate to vote. Even some independent, I think they've given up and saying to themselves that why do I run? Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna win, because the people are programmed to believe that these two political parties are the established party or parties of this country. So it's hard for me to even push this idea of independent candidates. But I tell you, this year will be the year of independent candidates. Like, until these people, the ones they're foot soldiers, because whether you know it or not, Tucker Carson, so foot soldiers. I think I saw Joe Reese too from the Democrat Party, and I think more of them gonna come out. Don't know what's pushing them. Some of them are blaming Israel, but there's something doing that. It's not just Israel, a reason of or Gaza, because Gaza situation is not new. If any of them tells you the Gaza situation is new, it's not. It's just timing. You understand? Historians look at timing. There is time for everything. You understand? When the time comes for the eyes and minds of the people to wake up, there's nothing to stop that. You understand? All of the things that Tucker Carson talks of today, as far as morality, ethics is concerned, these things been around as old as Tucker Carson and all of those people that are waking up. You understand? But for a long while, the Republican Party, all of their foot soldiers were still in the dark. So it's a good thing because the left from the Democrat Party and the independents on the Democrat Party, these people already awoke. They're not sleeping. So it's a great thing to see that the right of this country are waking up. I don't think it's because of Israel or Gaza. I think it's the time is right for people to start to look at the world. You know, like I often say, the way we see the world is different from the way other people see it. But you must always hope that the way you see the world, that others can see it the way you see it. I'm not in a way for them to agree with you, but for them to see the truth that you see, or for them to see those flaws, to see what's happening. That's what you hope for people to see. And once they can see that, you don't need to do nothing. And that's what Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus, aka Jesus of Christ, says. He says, I sow a seed. And when you sow the seeds, all you need to do is allow it to germinate. You don't have any saying in how the seeds turn into a tree and then bear fruits. That, my friend, is up to nature, the Almighty, to do the finishing work. And that's what most people that see the world as a facade and they're warning the people, you know, I don't think they should do it in a disrespectful way. And that's why I try not to do on my channel. Sometimes it may come out as that way because the truth is not nice. The truth is meant to convict you. The truth is meant to change you. The truth is meant to transform you. So whether it comes out as that way, either way, that's the intention, to transform and change you. So when you put out the truth, not everyone is going to see it immediately. Sometimes it takes years for people to see the truth. And that's all I've often hoped for. So I will be looking to see what issues the Democrat and the Republican Party are going to run on this year. So far, I don't think the Democrat now, they like to run a race. They like to run on maybe Trump, but I don't think there's much to run on Trump. So what are they going to run on this year? They're not going to run on integrity. They're not going to run on prosperity, make America great. Then what are they going to run on? Are they going to run on vote because you have to take your country back? Are they going to run on slavery? Are they going to run on emotion? What are they going to run on? That's the thing. So if you're out there, you watch my videos, this is what you need to be asking. What are these people going to run on? Are they going to run on building what? Are they going to run on Social Security? Are they going to run on Medicaid, healthcare? Are they going to run on environmental issue? Are they going to run on war? What are they going to run on? For the Republican Party, what are they going to run on? Christianity? Religion? Are they going to run on family values? Hmm? What are you going to run on? Are they going to run on what else? They sometimes they do race too, because I think that's the biggest thing. Are they going to run on Trump? On Trump policies? So it's a tough situation for both of them. So right now, as I speak, they're probably sitting somewhere thinking they're just waiting for an opportunity. For the Democrat, they never let any opportunity go to waste. So far, it's a tough market for them. Yeah, it's really tough. So the only thing that I see are independent people. And all it should run onto, it should just run on fixing the system, just so the system is broken. Now, a Republican can run on that. Democrat cannot run on that. They cannot run, oh, the system is broken because you're the ones that broke it. So how can you run on that? You see? So yeah, it's gonna be a tough time, but I'm happy that everything I've been saying on my platform, my channel here on the Common Sense channel, that is actually happening. It's coming into fluidity. And I think it's gonna get better. Let me tell you, no one controls your mind but you. And the only way someone controls your mind is when you allow it. Look, when you go to religious houses, sometimes I say program houses, even the Almighty, aka God, doesn't control your mind if you don't allow it to do. That's why you say, Holy, Holy Ghost, come and take control. You have to allow the thing. Anything you're doing, whether you're doing the other way now, they call it the dark way. If you don't allow that thing to possess you, not gonna possess you. Everything in life you must allow. Why is that? Because you have free will. No one can take away your free will, understand, but yourself. So you have to give it to someone willingly. And maybe our I think this generation is gonna be hope. That's what I'm gonna say. Because I know no one controls your mind but you. No one. You can wake up today and say, I want to be free. And no one can stop you. No one gonna come and say, no, you're not free. But the only thing they can do is to put some restrictions. Why is that? Because on earth, humans control this place. Humans makes the laws. Humans regulates the laws. And humans enforce the laws. And those who are in power are obsessed with making sure that the minds and behaviors of humans are restricted. Whether you know it or not, there's always this form of restrictions on what you can do. Like some of us who say we're going to elect representatives, or they call them senators, they call them representatives, since this is a representative democracy, to go in there and represent us. Not just represent us from a state standpoint, or from a constituency standpoint, or from a district standpoint, or from a community standpoint, but represent our needs in form of policies, right? But if you really pay attention to some of the policies that these representatives are implementing, you would notice that majority of them are actually against you. So they base some of these things on the few people that are doing harm in the community. And they'll base an entire policies on few people to control the masses. You understand? Like for instance, freedom of speech. Like those of us that come on here and we say what we think, We say what we feel, we say what we see, and we say things that we think the world is doing, and especially those people who are obsessed with controlling humanity. Sometimes we say stuff about them. They don't like that. They may not say anything to you, but they are looking at you like, I hate you. I hate you. You, I hate you. But again, they can't do nothing like, because in this country, there is something called the Constitution. And the Constitution has some Bill of Rights in them. And those Bill of Rights, they're not just ink, you know. They are blood in the form of ink that was spilled by great people, great men and women. That any of these so-called obsessed people with power will never do. They don't have the guts to do. They'll never lay down their life for anything, but they want to control. These individuals that give their life for that, those individuals that in our world today are obsessed with power, they will never, even their shoelaces, they never get close to that in terms of integrity, in terms of morality, in terms of principles. They never get to that. So even if they go to court, if they do something to you and go to court, that's what the judge is going to tell them. That before they sacrifice the Constitution, they'll be the first to go. You understand? The Constitution is the guy. That's what I'm trying to say. So even if they're sitting there, they're trying to screw you, they still can do it. They have powers. So yeah, these people, this is going to be an interesting election season in this country, and I hope to see some of the things that are happening now. I've been talking about it for a year going two now, that the people needs to free their mind. And let me tell you, I don't know what Tucker and the others are going through that have freed their mind, politically. But I can tell you, the day you do that, you start to see things. You start to feel in a way that you've never felt before. It's going to feel like a huge burden has been lifted off your shoulders. It's true. I remember the day when I woke up and I understand these things. And it just felt like I felt different. I felt like I was tied in a dark room. Sorry, I don't want to use the word dark. I felt I was in a place where there were no light. And I just didn't know how to maneuver out my way out of that place because I couldn't see anything. Yeah, and then all of a sudden I see the light, and it was a straight light, and it was leading me, and it led me to the masses of light. And now I could see clearly now that the rain is gone, or the cloud is gone. I can see all the obstacles that were in my way. And I think that's how these people are feeling now. All the obstacles, you can see them clearly, and you can see that they're out of your way. But when you add the other element, which is religion, when you free your mind from religion, you start to see that you become immortal. You start to see that what do I mean when I say you become immortal? It's because you won't think about your immortality. And let me tell you, I'll do a video on this too. The moment you stop thinking about your immortality, that's how you live long. Yeah, I saw the people that are 90, 99, 100. They may not tell you because they got to keep the same facade going. But the moment you stop thinking about your immortality, you live long. Because it's all in your head. Whatever you think in your head is what you are. That's what the scripture said. I don't I don't quote scriptures here because I don't want to propagate this stuff. So I may just say it because I've read it in the scripture, but I may not quote it because I don't want to quote from that. Why? Because my mind is free. My mind is free of that program. So I don't want to go back to it. But I know it's there. I can recite it because it's part of me now. But I can't dwell on it because I'm trying to move away from it. And that's all you need to do. The day you discover this, huh? Even your longevity, as they call it, is in the mind. Everything about human beings is in the mind. That's why they say free your mind. And the rest will follow. You understand? So I just hope that the largest voting bloc in this country are independent voters. And all we need to have an independent candidates, someone to run as an independent candidate. This is what I advocate for. I advocate for an independent candidate. Because once you have a third um, party, we don't have to call it a party. Once you have a third person competing with the two political party system, then it's going to be a competition. And if that person comes out and is doing excellent, which they're not, it's not like they're just going to lay down and allow it to happen. These people are entrenched. So entrenched, you're talking about what? I'm not going to say they're 250 years old because the political party structure in this country has evolved over time. You understand? But they're not going to sit down idly and allow that to happen. But if they want to remain viable, if they want to remain as a competitor, then they have to compete. Right now, these two, they're not competing. They may say they are, but they know they got you mentally. So they're not going to compete. Their platforms may look as if they'll be the Democrat and the Republican parties. Their platform may look different, as if they have different platforms. No, they're not. It's the same platform. It's the same script. So what would change their scripts is when they have competitions. They have a third party. I mean, they'll tell you we got the Green Party, we got the whatever party, Libertarian Party, we got this. Those are just sidelines, just a distractions. And none of these people are ever gonna win anything in this country, but they have to have that. So you see it as, yeah, it's a democracy. But those people are not gonna win anything. So in order for this country to be free, it would have to change. The mindset of the people would have to change. I'm so excited that those 4 soldiers that were the mouthpiece for these two political parties are actually switching. I don't think they're switching on anything because ethics, morality, principles, these are not new. I think they're doing this because of time. And any smart person in these two political parties, smart, intelligent person must wake up and see that the time is changing. Politicians, smart politicians, intelligent politicians also understand time. Historians are notorious for time. I'm a lover of history, so I understand time is essential in anything. When the time comes for anything to happen, it's gonna happen. Regardless of how you see it, what you do, you can't stop it. Who can stop time? Oh yeah, there's a way to do that too. But yeah, time is I'm not gonna say it's man's greatest enemy, but it's important in understanding the evolution of people, especially the way they think, and the way they process their reality. So if you want to change your reality, in short, you, my friend, must change your mind. Emancipate yourself, not just physically, but emancipate yourself, I think, mentally. Once you emancipate yourself mentally, then the physical aspect of your time will integrate with the mental aspect of your thinking process. And that, my friend, is when transformation actually occur. So yeah, it's a great thing to see that people who were once the foot soldiers, the mouthpiece or pieces for these political parties are actually shifting. And I hope that they can join the masses of people, the masses of voters who are independent. Because if you notice during election time, when these two political parties are vying for office, right? They don't. They may be advocating on their policies to their constituencies who are hooked on their policies, who are connected, affiliated to the political parties. But in short, they are actually appealing to the independents because only the independent can vote for them. If in a general election, which is what I vote in, I vote locally, but not all the time. But general election is where the thing is. So someone can win. Like for instance, in Kentucky, Thomas Massey, I know he lost his seat. But that person that won his seat, there's no guarantee that they're going to win. In the general election, everyone comes out. That's when independent voters come out. And they look at them like, we're not voting for you. And that's it, not going to win. So in as much as we are sitting there, the only thing I'm afraid of is the rapid advancement of technology. That's the only thing. And I hope that in this country, in our elections system, I'm not going to focus mainly on the federal because I know the federal government controls elections. But I think the state can do a great deal of work on making sure that our election, that's my main thing. Because you can talk about democracy all you want. If that election system is broken, your vote means nothing. You understand? Because someone can just easily sway your vote. That's my own fear, though. I don't, even as much as I don't believe in democracy, because I know people will cheat. And ask Mr. Trump, he'll tell you. So yeah, I hope that Mr. Trump, can fix this system. In 2026, in this country, we shouldn't be talking about cheating in election because America is well advanced as far as making sure that our electoral system, especially the balloting system, whatever is in this, well protected from people trying to manipulate and cheat. So yeah, if all of these things are put in place and monitor, I hope we should come up with a body of people that can monitor, not just on election day sitting there watching to see who is doing what, but I mean hackers and engineers, like hackers who are reformed and cares about the electoral process in this country can sit and say, let's pay attention, let's be the gatekeeper and making sure nobody put their hand in our ballot and try to change anything in there. So at least that way, we can clean house. Yeah, you see, all of us came through the political brainwashing system. Yeah, we all came through it. But one day we woke up and we free our mind and the rest is following. You know what I mean? That's what we do. When I come on my channel, like some people, they may be upset at me, nah, it's okay. Now I do my thing. I just do my thing here. This is what I've been saying. That's my hope, that people can free their mind, whether in America, in other parts of the world. Just free your mind. And once you do, like, you see, you see what's happening to you. And once you see what's happening to you, the question is, what do you do? And that's where I find myself one day. I saw this and I said, you know what? Let me grab a phone and let me create an account and see if I can, if I can teach, if I can educate. I didn't think about whether I spoke English well, or whether I was famous, or whether I was some important fellow somewhere. No, that's not what this country says. You know, I think a good citizen is someone that love a country, love the world, love humanity, understand morality, cares about human beings, more concerned about justice and equality, and want to see that people are treated right. And not only treated right, but treated by a system, the setup that is designed to help and improve your life. And so you want to see it work. You know, I'm not delusional or anything like that. I don't think everything is everything, but I know that when government does right by the people lives will be better. You know, and this is the American way. And it's what it taught us. And it said, practice what you preach. You understand? That's what it said. Practice what you preach. Telling me this, telling me that. You know, you're telling me everything. But you are not living by these things. So we're calling you out. So I hope that Tucker and all these foot soldiers out here that have been paddling the narratives of these two political parties, because these people, I've seen them forever since I've been in this country. Tucker is not new. Joe Reese and all these other foot soldiers out here, these people are not new. We've seen them. But to see them come into reality, and the reality of this country, the reality of the people of this country, and the reality of the world at large, it's a great thing. It's a good thing. It's a good day. And I hope that more and more of these individuals can come out and speak truth to power. I know it's not an easy thing to do, but they'll be fine. Because at the end of the day, history will remember you. Even the worst person, like taking the case of Saul in the scripture, it's a terrible human being. But if they tell you that he wrote most of the books in the New Testament, you won't believe. But yes, this is a man that did terrible things to people who believe in Yeshua HaMashiach, aka Jesus of Christ. But today he wrote most of the books in the New Testament, mimicking Yeshua HaMashiach, and eventually creating his own doctrine called Christianity. So yeah, even terrible people can transform their lives and see the truth and make change. So I just hope that that's the thing about human being. Everybody must be given a chance when they change. Don't hold them back saying, oh, you or should not go away from what we've taught you. You should be stuck in here because you are my slave. Let them be free. Give us free. You know, and that's what we're saying. So it's a great thing. They don't have anything to sell this election. I've been watching to see what the Democrat gonna run on. I've been watching to see what the Republican Party is gonna run on, because all that primary is just limited. Some of them, they don't even allow people to even vote in their primaries. So that in and of itself is not even democracy. Because if they allow me, I'm going to vote independent. Hey, look, I'm going to vote for the candidate that's moving away from them. You see? So hopefully, we'll see. They're probably going to create something before that time. And they'll try to run on that. But like, we see it now. We know those things are false flag. Thanks to Mr. Trump. So we now understand that they can create situation and then run on it. It's not like before. So yeah, I'm happy for Mr. Tucker. I'm happy for Joe Reese. I'm happy for anyone that come out of these camps of brainwashing into a place of realism, a place of change, a place of freedom, and a place of understanding that only humanity must win. Only humanity must win. If we're to exist in this world, religion, political affiliation, politics, parties, none of these people must win. Why? Because these same organizations or institutions came out of humanity. So if they came out of humanity, that means humanity must be the pillar of their entire existence. They cannot exist beyond or above humanity. You understand? So I just want to thank all those people that watch my videos. I want to thank those people that continue to subscribe to my channel. I've often said the greatest thing that could ever happen to anyone is not the day you were born, not the day you had your first car, the day you graduated from high school, college, the day you became a lawyer, a doctor, a carpenter, a mason, a plumber, whatever. The greatest thing, my friend, that could ever happen to you is the day you discover yourself. Because from that moment on, everything will start to make sense to you, including freeing your mind. Freeing your mind, and the rest will follow, my friend. And I think it's a good thing. Yeah, when you free your mind, you see. You see, I'm telling you, just try. It's not an easy thing. Sometimes it takes decades for you to get to that. That's what Jesus always hoped for. His entire message was on that. Yeshua Mashiach, freeing your mind. Yeah, I didn't tell you otherwise, but that's what you want to be. Don't wait till you're 50 years old. Don't wait till you're 60. Don't wait till you're 70. Because at that moment, you have less time on this earth. So what change? What will be your legacy? Do it now when you can. Free your mind from these people. It's a trap. So you free your mind from it. Just like an animal in a trap. You see how they fight. They fight. When you get trapped in a trap, you got to fight your way out. Whatever you do, fight your way out to free your mind. Have a great day, and I hope, as I've always said, I hope that you are doing great. Hope that all is pleasant for you. And most importantly, my friends, I hope that you are in good health. Have a pleasant day.